really true about my aunt?
I'm afraid so, Maya. She's super jealous of you. There's no way Innie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. Under those circumstances, there's no one other than your aunt, Morgan.
Then that's terrible. Why would my aunt?
Everything is going as I had predicted, Phoenix Wright. Man.
Ah, Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? It had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say your own situation. Say your own situation. Looking down on me even though we're the same age.
Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering.
Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat.
But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Phoenix, woo-hoo! Woo, boy!
Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is.
Like shit, I thought I would have broke her spirit there. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you prove Miss Innie had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can.
Anyway, and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year.
Huh? I thought you wanted to ask about my motive. I don't see the point in bringing up the past.
Miss Miney, if you please.
Okay. Bleh. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but that was last year in May. Something really bad had happened at my sister's clinic around then. And the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I woke up because of the jolts and it was a sea of flames around me. I opened the door and got away.
I think I've heard of this incident. It was the talk of the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister.
Ah! Those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip.
Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Miney's sister.
Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then?
Yeah, that was in May too. The thing with all the patients dying was May 2nd. And our accident was on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back.
Do you assume it's just coincidence?
My sis was totally tired, so that's why. Duh.
That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct?
Yeah.
What was the cause of the mistake?
I heard it was cause the medicines got mixed up.
Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi Miney?
No way. Dr. Gray wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Miney's fault.
Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Miney is the one who made the mistake.
But it really wasn't my sis.
She was totally tired? You mean exhausted?
She had to talk to the police and was being investigated every day. It was a totally terrible situation.
It's no wonder then that the car accident happened, huh?
So then why didn't you ask to switch places? I've been wondering that myself. Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True, true. But like, I don't like have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney, especially because she does have her license. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. Well, we can just show that she had a license, and boom. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like, it was at like 1 a.m. or so, I think. I had like a paper due like really soon. So like I hadn't slept and was working like real hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. And your sister? What happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was like totally black and there was like a ton of smoke. I like totally had like no clue what was going on. Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I like kept wanting to forget that time, so like I don't remember things about the accident in like detail anymore. Well, it's all right. No need to push yourself. I think I like gave an interview after the accident. Like that would probably be the most accurate, you know? If it's that article, then I've already got it. And that's why you were in the passenger seat. Like, yeah, I was like at my college research labs like really late. So my sis was like giving me a ride home. I see. Phoenix, yes? You can't do this. You're being too easy on her. Of course. So let's find that one crushing contradiction and end this. This Mighty, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. That's not hearsay at all. What? Are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? I can't talk. Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how did... Ow! No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have a driver's license. Ugh. Ow. Cry and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and his sister could not have switched drivers. I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sister would like let me drive. Yeah. Don't just stand there humming to yourself. Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because... I think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Miney, if you please. Huh? Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, I didn't mean to get mean. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. Her car was kind of cool. NGL. She like had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She like would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. Objection. I doubt that your sister would have used the word noob. So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. So there. I see a bright red car for sports. Now then the defense may question the witness. Not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... I thought I had pressed already here, but that was the last piece of... We've had like how many different pieces of testimony from her? What do you mean by really close? Like I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called. Permit? Wow, the big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is. Well, this lawyer never had a permit or a license because of reasons. Ignorance is to be whipped. I'm not going to disagree with that. What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? She valued cars? How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she would notice if someone, like, touched the car door with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage, ever? Why did she take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car? Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think that cars getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Phoenix, try asking something more significant, alright? Well, Miss Miney, what kind of car was it? It was a new car? Yeah, she had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. Ooh. Well, no, you can get a car from the UK, but it also have the correct specifications to your country. The UK, with those boyfriend's initials. And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this is bound to come up. Your Honor. Yes, please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about it being a special import car? Yes. If you like cars that much, then that's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Miney, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. A totally special model from England. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. As for the heck of it. So yes, what am I supposed to pick for a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Like, huh? They're expensive and the driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in the States. It would seem there's no benefit to owning one. Like, huh? This whole steering wheel in the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it? You, what do you know? That sleek shape, the wild way it starts, the raw feeling of manual transmission. Oh my. Miney. Forgive me. Personality really changes at the drop of a hat. And it's interesting, isn't it? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case. Sounds like she would be the person that would say the word noob. Is your sister good at driving? She was like totally awesome. She like said she was going to be like racing queen of the nursing world. Somehow I think she bumped my question off track again. Ha ha ha, get it? Why do I keep these things to myself? And that's when the accident occurred, correct? Like, yeah, I like immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled, like in a daze. Sounds like you had a terrifying time. There's something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural sounding testimony, but we have to attack it, and by doing so a flaw will show itself. It has to. You really think so? Believe there is a path, I know it. Me almost sounded like a prophet for a second there. Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and like got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat, the left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's is on the left side. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. This is so weird, because like, what? Because I get a BMW, it means that it's going to be on the right side because it's a European car? No. I guess the point is that they got a honest to goodness British car. No changes. Just like, how would you make it in Britain? All right, give me that and send it over. What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Ah! Order in the court, order! Fuck. Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Edie said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Miney. That is what Edie said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Edie or Mimi? Who was really driving that night? And I'll answer my own question. The answer is Edie Miney, of course. Why would you say that? Miss Miney just said so herself in her testimony. She said that she escaped the car from the right side door, which would have been where the driver's seat was. Ow! I'm inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. At that time, Miss Edie Miney had not yet received her driver's license. That means she wasn't driving. And that is why the accident happened. Hold it, Phoenix. It looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the accident. The real truth? Think outside the box. Isn't that what we always say? All right, one more time. Connect all the dots. There can only be one answer. Oh. No. Just because she didn't have her light, that is entirely possible. It happens all the fucking time. The answer is the one person who had a driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Edie Miney, was the one in the driver's seat, which leads us to the next question. The next question. Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? Wait, what? Well done, game. What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. The witness's real name is... Wow, that was gonna take away half my health bar. Mimi Miney, that is your real name. All the foolish dribble. Then, how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. For the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeon used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right, it's a picture of her younger sister. But Mimi Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then, the body they found at the crash site, that was the body of the real Edie Miney. Why are you saying it so cockily? That's not a word. Cockily? Cocky? It's cockily. Why are you being a dick about it? Yep, that's right. Her younger sister was the one that died. Uh-huh. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Miney? That car accident 1 year ago, the one who died that night was Edie Miney. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Edie. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Miney from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would not have been possible because Mimi Miney was still, in fact, alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. What Well, Miss Eni, why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Miney. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this. Oh. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that car accident and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all, the only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident, her sister. And even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable, a plan beyond my wildest dreams. That jerk. Only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it all. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan, and why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Allegedly. Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous! I'm perfect! Me, Franziska von Karma! I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's gonna be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Ow! Oh! Ah! Oh my god! This is attempted murder! Phoenix! Hang in there, Phoenix! Phoenix! The court is a fraud, a sham! Okay! Now then, I have made sure that Miss Von Karma was taken into custody for attempted murder, and now we can continue on with this case. It looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. Okay, so this is interesting. Unlike some of the cases before, we had to essentially prove everything. In this case, we just proved. We didn't have to answer those other questions. We basically just had to prove. We did have to prove who did it, but not like some of the other tie-ins. That is all. This court is adjourned. Congratulations, Maya. Sis? Oh, that's sweet. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. Oh, that's so sweet. There is still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, and then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fay who had just committed a murder. She had it planned to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks! Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, it's what I do. Just another day's work. But I really don't want something like this to ever happen again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, now my aunt. That was gonna happen anyways. Hey Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help me and Hermione with a plan like that? I don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... I just thought she wanted to be the head of the family. I was thinking about it from a more selfish point of view on her end. But that makes sense because she talked about Pearl a lot earlier and how like protective she was of her. Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Corinne Village, and that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? The Branch family and my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was all so that Pearl's would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so. My precious Pearl, you are the only one suitable to be master of Corinne, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I hope that brainless nurse carried out her murder and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying witless main family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. What, from prison? Your time will come. Okay. That was ominous.